Record. All right, so welcome to the Vitals call. This is our second week. Last week we did have the call with Carl, so I hope you guys had a chance to, I think that she put that in here. Anyways, if you didn't, he did do a call last Tuesday, and Katie did post it in the Knockout Brigade. If you guys did not have a chance to listen to that call, it is awesome. He really talks about the basis of our business, and this really ties all into the inviting and what we're going to talk about tonight. But the basis of our business is kindness, and how can we help more people? And when you start focusing on the person and how many people you can help, the inviting just becomes natural. So I feel like that word inviting sometimes is very scary for people, but it's better to think about it more as sharing or connecting. How many people can I connect with today? How many people can I share this lifestyle, this opportunity to get healthy and fit, be as happy as possible, and go even a step further to share this business opportunity so that they can, create a substantial income by helping people, creating a life by design, a life that they have freedom to do what they want. But more than anything, really just sharing with people. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is diving in a little bit to this. We've been posting the last couple of weeks about inviting. Katie and I have been sharing scripts and examples. And the one thing that I think happens with most people when they struggle with the invite is that fear of inviting. So are you afraid? And a lot of times it's just a matter of taking a step back from the situation and thinking to yourself, what is it that I'm afraid of? Because what is really the worst that is going to happen? The person is going to say no. I mean, that is the absolute worst. And that's really not the worst, because really that no, you've heard this before, is just not right now. And what you've done is you've planted the seed. So maybe they've said no, but they say no, okay, but I'm going to watch you. And so you're just having them watch you. So think about that the next time you're afraid to reach out to someone. It's not going to kill you. You are doing nothing wrong. You are doing something that could truly change someone's life. And remember that every time you send that invite, you have planted a seed. So that person that you've invited needs to go on that list, and you've planted that seed because there's someone that you can go back to and revisit. I have had so many people say no to me, and I've had so many of those same people come back around to me. So start to frame your thinking a little bit. Start going for no, because it is a numbers game, and that's all that it is. It's the more no's you have, you're one step closer to the next yes. So go for no. Say to yourself, how many no's can I get today? Instead of focusing so much on what if they say no, say I'm going for no. I'm going to do everything I can to get them to say no. If you set your mind, it sounds silly, but if you set your mindset that way, you aren't afraid anymore. There's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, we're told and we're taught from a very young age that no is this bad, negative thing, and it's scary, and it's going to get us in trouble, and it's going to hurt people's feelings. But you have to really take a step back and think to yourself, what if I didn't send this opportunity to this person that I know needs it? I'm doing an injustice to them because I have this secret that could help them. So put it back on you a little bit and say to yourself, I'm doing something wrong by not inviting them. And once you change that perspective, everything else will start changing. So I kind of said this at the beginning, but if you're afraid of that word, I mean, I know that word is, and Carl said that on the call too, is that, I wish I wouldn't have used the word invite, right? He said connect. Just connect with 3 to 5 people every day. And you can do that as simple as, and when we say connect, it's creating a relationship with someone. Maybe it's your next door neighbor that you want to strike up a conversation with. Maybe it's somebody in the grocery store that, I had an opportunity to talk with a lady in an elevator at my grocery store, and I made a joke and said, look, I said I came shopping when I was hungry because my cart was full and hers was practically empty. And she started laughing and said, I really, we had all these people down here for spring break and, I've been eating so bad. And, that was an opportunity for me to say, oh, you know what? I'm actually a health and fitness coach. Have you ever heard of the 3-day refresh? Because she just openly said to me, I've been eating so bad. Finally, all my family's gone and I can food shop again. I mean, it was an opportunity. So, but I just connected with her by just saying something silly while we're standing in the elevator. Connect with people on Facebook. Reach out to people that are old friends of your past, old family, maybe second, third cousins, people you haven't spoke to a long time, old coworkers, and message them as if you're genuinely interested in their life, because obviously you do have a reason that you want to connect with them and you see that you could help them. So just connect with them in a mutual way. Just kind of looking at their page a little bit. Hey, I saw you just got married. Congratulations. Did you go on a honeymoon? Nothing Beachbody related. And once you start to reach out to those people, then you want to form them. And we've gone through this in the Coach Basics, and I know you've all been through that, but just talking to them about their family. What's their family like? What's their occupation like? What do they like to do for fun? And then once you kind of unravel things with them, it just organically happens that you move into that conversation. And I wanted to give you an invite or an example of a conversation that I just had last week. So it's a girl that I went to high school with. She actually lives in Florida. She likes some of my posts about having a baby, and we've gone back and forth. She has a 2-year-old. And, I sent her a message and just said, because she had commented about using the pool during the summers in Florida. And I commented, I said, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about the summers here. I feel like I'm going to be a balloon. I'm not going to go outside. It's going to be so hot. I'm going to be 9 months pregnant. And, we just started talking. And so she just started giving me a ton of mommy advice, what she did in the summers and telling me where to shop and where she could get secondhand. And she wanted to know if we were finding out what the baby was having or what we were having, if we knew what the gender was going to be. So we go on and on and on through this conversation, just talking back and forth about, her daughter and my experience and how I felt. And she's tiny like I am. And I said, did you gain a lot of weight? Was it hard for you to take it off? And I'm hoping, I'm trying to stay healthy and fit. And then it just kind of translated into, she's like, I did lose about 30 pounds, but I still need to lose that last 10. Bingo, right there. Okay. So right then I said, oh, well, I actually run these online health and fitness accountability groups. I have a ton of new moms that are trying to lose those last 10 pounds. Would you want to hear more about it? Does that sound like something that would interest you? And it went from there. So we talked a little bit further about her goals, what she was interested in. Initially she said, no, I don't think so. And I live in an apartment. And so her objection was, I don't think, I live in an apartment. I don't really like working out. So I just talked to her a little bit more about that. And I said, okay, well, do you have space in your apartment? Is there a gym in your apartment? And then I talked to her about time and the commitment to our short-term workouts, and that other people have felt that way. But once they start working out and they get these 30-minute workouts done, they feel really good. And they actually enjoy working out once they see the results. And she went into a little bit, my diet's pretty good, but, we talked a little bit about Shakeology. And by the end of the conversation, she was texting her boyfriend, I think we want to do this. We both really want to get in shape. So she felt, she trusted me. She felt like we had a connection. And that's all that it was just, look at inviting as where can I make a new friend today? Who can I help today? Who can I reach out to? Who can I connect with? You don't have to think about it so much as, oh my gosh, do you want to be part of my challenge group and buy a challenge pack? Yeah, that feels salesy and that feels gross and ooh, and nobody wants to feel like that. So that could be the fear of inviting, the fear of feeling like a salesperson. So change that, just be genuine and reach out to people and show that you care. Because people are going to remember exactly how you made them feel, but they're not going to remember everything that you said. And I love that. And I try to think about that a lot because it really is so true. You can think about the people in your life in general, Beachbody, whatever, and you don't remember what people exactly say, but you do remember how they made you feel. The other thing that I do is, so we teach you guys to post 3 to 5 times a day. That's so that you can get your affinity up. That's so that more people are seeing what's in your newsfeed and more people are seeing your stuff, so that when you do post something that is Beachbody related or they want to join you, they're going to see it if you're consistently posting every day. Also, you're starting to build a fan base. People are watching you. They're seeing you're consistent with your workouts. You're consistent with clean eating. So what I do is when I do have a post, any post that I have, everybody that likes that post gets a message from me. And it depends on the post. Obviously if it's a call to action, I'm doing a call tomorrow, like this post. If you want to listen, I'm running a challenge group, like this post, or message me. Those people are going to get a more specific message. Hey, I saw you liked my post. If it's a transformation picture, which is where I get the most likes, when I'm the most vulnerable, those are when I get the most likes, when I'm talking to people about something challenging that I'm going through. When I had my transformation pictures, I message all those people and I typically say, hey, thanks so much for your support. Maybe I posted in the past, I've posted a transformation picture and talked about, battling eating disorders and being really unhappy in my life and kind of letting people into the dark side. And so all those people that like that, I would just go back and say, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. It wasn't easy to put that out there. And then the conversation starts rolling from there. And then you just go from there and talk more. I mean, chances are, because they see what you're doing and they know that you're a coach, they're going to talk to you about it or ask you about it. And then you just say, hey, I run these groups. Would you be interested in hearing more? And sometimes they'll say yes, and sometimes they'll say no. And then from that point, you move on to the next part of it. So in the group, we posted today about now you've sent the invite, right? So just like I said, you start that conversation. It moves into, okay, would you be interested in hearing more about my challenge group? And they say yes. And it's like, oh, okay, what do I do? What am I going to say? So we've given you script for that. And if you guys don't have it or need need that script, I can give you that. And I literally have a script that I say, copy and pasted. I think Melanie gave it to me, to be honest with you. And it really just talks about what the challenge group is, how we do a 30 days. We pick a fitness program based on your goals. We drink Shakeology every day. It replaces a meal. It's like eating 5 salads. We help you through the holidays, meal planning, nutrition planning, and there's a whole curriculum created for the group. Your entrance is free, and you get all of these things. So I create value with when they say they're interested, right? So they're going to say, okay, sign me up. Rarely does it happen, but if it's someone that's been watching you for a while, or maybe it's someone you've asked before, they sign up right away. Or they have an objection. Don't be afraid of that objection, okay? That objection is a smokescreen for something, okay? A lot of people are afraid to commit to a group, sometimes because they have no idea what it means to be in a challenge group. I have had people tell me that they thought being in a challenge group meant they had to post their before and after pictures and I would share them. And that's completely, obviously we all know that's so far from the truth. I share only what anybody else wants me to share. And you don't even have to post your pictures in the group. So some people are afraid to commit to something because they think they're going to fail. Okay. So they're going to throw up these other objections like money or commitment or I don't like the program or just, whatever. So a couple things you can do. You're going to hear the same ones. Money is going to be the number one you hear. Okay. I posted in the Vitals group to go back, and there is an objections training that you can go through. You can literally copy and paste that and use that as your response, or when you're talking to someone on the phone, memorize it, use it until you get more comfortable. But the objection is just eliciting more questions. Okay. So when they say, I don't have the time. Okay. Well, dig a little bit deeper. What is your life like? Do you have kids? If you've already formed them, so you know a little bit. And if you can find out their goals, you can always go back to, well, how would this workout make you feel if you could get some extra energy, 2-hour energy at the end of your workday so that you could have time with your kids? Because working out's going to give you more energy. The money thing, you can always say and talk to people about, with Shakeology, it's $4 a day. If they're looking to lose weight, if their diet is poor, there's probably more than likely something they can eliminate, right? And maybe you objected to it too. I did. And so I say, like, I know exactly how you feel. I objected to it. I thought, oh my gosh, $130 out of my pocket a month? That's crazy. But when I looked at it and broke it down and saw that it replaced my lunch that I was eating out, that paying $7, $8, that was double what the shake cost me. And then once I started drinking it and realizing that it could totally cut out my junk food addiction, cut the cost on that stuff too. So I ended up saving money because I became more efficient with my grocery shopping and my meal planning when I was doing the Shakeology and the challenge group. And in the end, it helped me get my results, controlled my cravings, improved my immune system, gave me more energy, improved my immunity, blah, 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 blah. You share your story. The other thing you can say with the objection is, well, I understand and completely, I understand where you're coming from. I felt the same way. I would never ask you to commit or purchase something that I didn't feel strongly about. However, we do feel so strongly about this product that if you do feel like you want to return it at the end of 30 days and the bag is even empty, you can still do that. Would that give you more comfort? Would that make you feel a little bit better and give you peace of mind? Would you want to try it that way? And so people just want to know that they have that option. I don't think that I've had anybody, maybe one person, return it after drinking it for a week. I think maybe one or two. I've had returns, but not from an initial purchase. I think I had maybe one or two people that way. And it was fine. It didn't work for them. So, you move on to the next. The other thing is you're going to hear nothing, which is probably the worst, right? Crickets. And you're like, oh no, I offended them. Oh no, they don't like me anymore. Oh, what did I do wrong? First of all, some people forget that you even wrote them a message. They decided to get back to you later and you went down the list of their messages and completely forgot, because you have to remember that we are thinking about this 24/7, but no one else is other than us. So I always wait 1 to 3 days later, send another message and just say, hey, I know you were interested in the group. The spots are filling up. Do you still want a spot? If the time passes, because at this point, and these are the people you've invited and you've already formed them, right? So you already have a connection with them. So you already know that they're interested and that you sent this invite. So if they don't get back to you before the challenge group, then I just put them on my follow-up list and I say, hey, I know last month you were really interested. I'm starting my next one. And they will write back to you. My last resort is just, hey, we had a really great conversation. Did I do something to offend you? I really hope not. I never heard back from you. And most people will write back then. And then if they ignore you again, just move on. But at least you're putting it out there, and you can give them the opportunity to, some people just aren't ready right now. And you can say, well, do you want me to follow up with you when I'm going to start my next group? And a lot of times they will say that they do. So you can leave it that way. And then the last thing that Katie put out there was, can I just buy the program but not do Shakeology? So you're going to hear that a lot. And what you want to do is you really just want to make sure that you're sharing with them the value of Shakeology so that they understand it. Because right now when they say that, they're not understanding the value of it. So at this point, this is where you can share your success story with it. You can share the success stories that are in the back office or what any other coaches in the team have posted. You really just want to show them how valuable. You can't get all these ingredients into one shake if you bought them all separately, right? It's a great value. There's nothing like it on the market. And it's the other way to, explain to them, this is going to guarantee you results. This is my way of knowing that you are absolutely getting the nutrition that you need on a daily basis. It's going to help you with your cravings. It's going to help you to feel better and stay on track and improve your workouts. So, for $4 a day, it's really worth it. And again, if someone is really pushing back on it, you just say, okay, completely understand. If you just want to do the fitness program, why don't I check in with you once a week, and I'm still going to coach you, and we'll still be a team in this. So, you don't necessarily put them into your challenge group. I have not put people in my challenge group unless they do Shakeology. This is your business, and you can do this the way you want. This is just what we have found as coaches to be the most successful, because we put a lot of time and energy into these challenge groups, and we want to make sure that the people that are in there are serious and that they are getting the dense nutrition that they need. Because it can be, when you're putting all of your time and energy into it and someone just isn't following the program. I mean, the program is outlined for a reason to get results. And so that's what you do as a coach, and that's what you're trying to help people do. So, but I never turn anyone away from helping them if they don't want to do Shakeology. That's completely fine. Why don't you try the sampler pack? Or why don't I send you some samples? I sell them for $5 each, and at least get them to try it. You can dig a little bit deeper into why. I mean, some people are afraid it's going to taste bad. But again, you can go back to that objection. If it's the money thing, you get your money back guaranteed. I also talk about challenge packs and say, you'll get Shakeology for whatever the amount is with the program. So those are pretty much the objections. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say was, once you start connecting with people and they do have an interest in the challenge groups, get them on the phone. That is the best way to really close someone, because they can't hear how much you care. They can't hear your passion for the programs through writing, through a message. They can't hear that. Okay. I think that probably my close rate is 90% from getting people on the phone, because they just hear my passion and they can hear that I genuinely care and that I really want to help them and I'm excited for them and I want to get them on this journey. They don't hear that through a message through Facebook. It also gives you a way to really walk them through. So if you do have a phone meeting with them and you can just say, hey, let's, if you're ready to get, now that you're ready to get started, let me walk you through. It's really easy. It's just easier if I just walk you through it instead of giving you directions. That way it can bring out another objection, because they may hang up the phone. You think they're going to buy tomorrow and they don't, right? So they may say, well, I don't know. And so you can kind of uncover those objections before you get off the phone and know where you stand, because it's better to know where you stand than to, again, have this false hope that they're going to join the group. But getting on the phone is key. I know sometimes it's harder because it does, the conversation takes a little longer. But really you establish a deeper relationship when you get people on the phone, and you connect with them better, and you have, you're more likely to have them sign if they don't do it now in the future, because they know how much you care and want to help them. Okay, the other thing we talked about was Sunday night posts. So those are a great time to post. People fall off track over the weekend with their diet. They're ready to get back on track on Monday. They see something Sunday night like, oh, I need to do that. Typically, I don't invite to challenge groups on Fridays and Saturdays because, well, I'll invite, but I don't post about my challenge groups because no one's really thinking about working out and joining a challenge group on the weekend. They're thinking about families, barbecues, having a good time. So, for instance, I did a post about my coach opportunity call I'm hosting on Wednesday night. And I think I got like 15 likes or something on it Sunday night. And then yesterday I did it again at the same time. I got 3. So, I mean, it's hit or miss. You know, you want to play around with times, and you don't want to say, you know, I don't want to, if that were to have been 3 that I got on Sunday, I shouldn't say, well, forget it. No one's going to listen to the call. I'm not going to do it. No, you just post again and do it anyways, and then invite people to it. And the other thing that's big, and I want you guys to think about as you get deeper into your businesses, is really putting your blinders on, okay? Your journey, your story is different than everybody else's. And it's great to look at other coaches' stuff to kind of get ideas and get some creativity going, but don't look so much at other coaches' stuff that it derails you, okay? Like I said, it's a great idea to get ideas from them, but don't look at them like, oh, they rank advanced to this. Oh, they sent another coach. Oh, they got another customer. Oh my gosh, they hit Success Club 12. Like, why can't I hit it? Because you're focusing on them and not on you. Everybody's story is different, just like everybody's transformation is different. Everybody's coaching journey is completely different. Nobody has your family. Nobody has your job. Nobody has your geographical location. Nobody has your network. You're different. Every single person is different. And so you want to remember that when you're on this journey, and don't look at people and think they're doing better, because it's just going to derail your progress. It's the same as what we do in fitness. You know, everybody's body is different. You can't look at someone else and say, they did the 21-day fix and lost 10 pounds and I only lost 5 and I'm going to quit, because there's a reason for it. Okay. So it's really important, especially as you dive deeper into coaching. Believe me, this is something that I have to do too. You know, well, she started at the same time as I did and she's already a 5-star and I'm not a 5-star. Well, she had the time to work the business a little more than I did. I had a full-time job. Maybe she didn't, you know, I mean, there's all these different factors that are in it. Just know that at the end of the day, if you did your best, if you won the day, if you did your power hour, you did your invites, you did your personal development, you're going to have success. It's just going to happen. If you are inviting it's a numbers game. The more people you connect with, the more people you invite, the more people you're going to help. I think there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, yeah, this was the last thing, and then I'll open it up for questions. So you want to think about this too. When you are signing up customers and you are doing challenge groups and you are getting challenge packs, don't let the challenge groups go to the wayside. Focus on those customers. Don't, sign those customers up for March, move on to April, throw them into a challenge group and say, all right, moving on to April, who can I get now? Okay. Because what's going to happen is, obviously we're in the business to help people and we want to help people, but the results are what going to turn these challengers into coaches. The best coaches that you can get on your team are the ones that have had the best transformation, and they're going to get the best transformation from being active in your groups, getting the support from what you need, following the programs and following the guides, and then they understand, right? So for me, I mean, and this is a mistake that I made. I know that I was running so many challenge groups and I was just putting people in challenge groups and I started to go through the motions, just post this, copy and paste, just check in. Yeah, here's my food, and I just lost a little bit for a few months there. I lost touch of really helping my challengers get results. I was still checking in, but I was just going through the motions. So change up your challenge groups, make them fun, make them exciting, keep your discount challengers, your discount coaches engaged, because again, they love Shakeology. So if you can keep them engaged, eventually they're going to transform into a coach. And that's really how you build your business in an organic way. People don't come into this business as often just for the business opportunity. Some people do. I will not say that it's not the case. There are people that come into this business because they see it. They're like, oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. I just need to learn everything I need to know, and I want to hit the ground running. Alyssa Shoemaker, she's on our team. She's one of those people. She was already into health and fitness, saw the writing on the wall and the vision right when she started. So she joined for the opportunity. But many of the people that you become your coaches, that become your rock stars, are going to be those people that have successful results. And that all starts from the challenge group. So that's actually all that I had. I think that's recapping a lot of what we did in the group. It's probably a lot of what you've learned in Coach Basics. I was trying to give you guys a little bit more examples. Is there any questions you have or anything support-wise, example-wise that you need from me? Anybody? Are you guys liking the group? Is it helping? I think it's really good to be able to see all the examples until you start to feel comfortable. You really just have to do it. And it's the same with posting and you're gonna have people that you're gonna say really silly things and you're gonna word vomit on people. But that's okay, because again, it's just showing that you're genuine and that you care and that you're passionate about what you do. And people are watching. So just remember that all those seeds, all those people you're inviting, they're all you're just planting seeds. And they may not grow until this, the next month or the next month after. But your March is a result of what you did in February, what you did in January. Your May, your June is going to be a result of what you've done in April. And as you plant those seeds, you're going to have more people to follow up with. So you're going to go back. You're going to keep going back to those people and saying, hey, my next challenge group. Hey, my next challenge group. You're going to advertise. And then those people are just going to keep watching you. And again, as your life transforms and life happens, people are going to continue to follow you and watch you. Just be open and vulnerable about what life has handed you, and be genuine and start with kindness. And if you do put people first, you will always have success in this business. So I think Katie will be back next week. She's having some drinks in Cancun while we're all at home. No, the Success Club trip is,